I often take a break.
You and me are bored of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high in love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high in love. We're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. Let's escape the gray and let the colors rain. Turn the shit we do and our words into pure reality. 'Cause you and me are meant to be what they don't see. Never feeling wrong 'cause we don't belong. And getting high in love. We're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the Rocket League India Pre-Asian Nations Cup show matches. Today we have 3 matches lined up for you. All of them will be best of 3s. We have the rosters India B, Singapore A, Malaysia A, and 1NE GloryStone. So just a bit of recap, if you do not know what 1NE Nations Cup, the Asian Nations Cup is that it's a Pan-Asian tournament that will be happening in the 3rd week and 4th week of November. And so it's basically they have invited teams from the different communities that are part of Asia, and then they're pitting them against each other to find out who exactly would be the winner and who will be crowned the champion of the Asian nations. So right now, India We have been organizing some stream scrims so as to bring up some hype around this tournament, as well as give our India B team some practice before they get into the group stages that will be happening on the third week of November. The first game today that we have lined up for you is GloryStone versus Singapore A, and these are really amazing players that are part of the roster this time. We have Kandra, Shaolan, and Hagiazi in GloryStone, and then we have Jarrell, Zinx, and Lumi that are part of the Singapore lineup. All the players are in the lobby right now. And just a bit of brief history about GloryStone. They are the top team in Asia as of now, having won the Asia Pro League Cup, which happened about 2 months ago. And Singapore is comprised of also Asia Pro League members in Jarrell and Zinx, who were part of the Aerial Lunatic squad. And joining them is Lumi. And yeah, we will have a really high intensity match. And I'll be your caster for today, Guacamole from India A team. And yeah, let's get right into it. If we can get the players into the lobby. Hi guys, I noticed the chat. So everyone's loading in. This will be an interesting match because I've not seen Japan playing on RL India stream for a long time, so it'll be a really intense match. Lumi winning the kickoff, Shaolan pushing it to the side, Kandra leaving the ball to Zings to clear, but Hageozi clears it to the side. A misplay from this thing, giving Jarrell Nate in possession. He's trying to find his teammate in midfield, but no one's there to follow it up. Give me a second. A short opportunity for Orange Kandra there to safely move it to the side. Passing it to Hageozi, who did not expect that. Zings moving to the side, trying to find a teammate in the process, but Kandra there to clear it away. Shaolan searching for a teammate in middle, gives away possession to Orange. Zinx moving to the side, no one in middle to follow it up, but Jarrell's there, pushing it back to the backboard, but Shaolan clearing it away so that Zinx cannot follow that up. A 1v1 play, takes out two players in the process, but hits the crossbar. Kandra moving to the side. Very low on boost, two of Orange out of position, and Kandra makes that play happen, and Shaolan just there to follow it up. With zero boost, it's a pretty interesting 50-50 that he had with Lumi there, and Jarrell and Zinx from his position on the near post. Shaolan just had to slot that in. Hageazi against Lumi. Lumi winning the kickoff. Lumi trying to find Jarrell, who's awkwardly positioned in center, but Hageazi is faster to the ball. Shaolan, back touch. Lumi searching for Jarrell, who moves it back into center. But Hageazi is there to make that 50-50 and stops that play from happening, scores a goal instead. GloryStone bringing in some real offense in orange half and showing that they are really here. Hageazi against Lumi. Lumi winning the kickoff yet again, but Shaolan there to follow it up. Gives Zings the clearing opportunity. Shaolan moving to the side. Zings trying to find Lumi at back. A weird backward pass that Lumi did not expect. Jarrell also calling out the great pass. A misplay from Singapore. There's a bit of feelers going on right here with 1 minute 40 seconds down, 3 goals already scored in. I think Singapore will find their way soon. Jarrell pressurizing the ball, but no one there to follow. Hageazi searching for Shaolan, who's popped it up for no one in blue. Zings trying to move it safely to the side, but Kandra's there to intercept. Zings dangerously pushing it down center with Hageazi centering it back for blue, but Kandra's not there. Jarnaden pushing it down to the side. Hageazi with the 50-50, winning it, trying to center for his teammate. Too hard, moves all the way to the side. Shanra, can he make the touch happen? Yes, he does. Jarrell and Lumi. Lumi going for the ball, but misplaced. A nice center from Khanra. A bit of a mistouch from Jarrell. Lumi couldn't follow it up. Khanra finds the backboard and then passes it to his teammate Hagiazi there with a nice lofted shot into the center. GloryStone really, with 2 minutes 30 seconds, 4 goals already. Singapore was not expecting this kind of matchup. Shaolong stopping it down center, makes the save happen. Khanra searching for his teammate Hagiazi. Oh man, GloryStone are just playing on a whole new level here. Shaolong knowing where Khanra is, Khanra popping it up, beating one. Daniel cannot really make that touch happen. Misflips and Khanra is at score. Sorry, Hagiazi is at score. Khanra winning the 50-50. Shaolong trying to follow it up. Makes the touch happen. Double touch. Lumi expecting that. Jaranel is going to follow that up. But Hagiazi is there to intercept. Zings. Searching for Jaran. A lot of weird misplays at defense, giving away ball opportunity to Blue quite quickly. But Jaran with a nice 50-50 setting up Zings. Lumi late to contest that ball. Shaolong and Khanra up. Blue is trying to get back into their defensive rotation, but Ziggs giving them enough time before a successful counter attack from Orange. Lumi popping it down center. Can he find Jarrell? No, he doesn't. A nice contest from Hagiazi, moving down to the side. Ziggs with a shot opportunity. No one in goal right now, but Shaolong makes that clear happen. Shaolong to Zings. Missed. Okay. Sorry about that. Got an alert. An open shot opportunity. Shaolong just whiffs on that. 2 on the backboard for Orange. They're trying to get back into possession. Lumi desperately searching for boost, making that weird touch. Still managing to get to that ball. Hagiazi, the pressure is with Blue. Jarrell popping it down center, finding Lumi in the process, but not able to slot it in. Hagiazi with a nice backboard shot. Can Khanra follow it up? Yes, he does. And a beautiful counter attack. Lumi with that open net miss opportunity, it just pops up for Hagiazi, who gets the backboard clear to Khanra, and who just makes that shot happen. Hagiazi versus Lumi. Kickoff towards Orange. Zing's trying to follow it up. A good backboard clear. Oh, Hagiazi whiffs that touch. Gives ball possession back to Orange. Shaolong sitting in goal. Lumi with a shot opportunity whiffs. Khanra trying to find. No, he does not. Jarrell Naden has some time trying to get boost in the process. No. Pops it up. Gets demolished in the process. Cannot follow up his aerial play. Zings with the contest, but Lumi just opting for Jarrell to rotate in, but he was demoed. Zing searching for Jarrell. Jarrell with the touch. Hagiazi with the crucial intercepts Lumi with the pressure. Zings popping it down center. 6 goals, and there's no way that Singapore can come back. But I do think that they've figured out a bit of how GloryStone would work with the first game, and with second game, we'd see a better show. But GloryStone has just come in, rampaging through this entire Singapore defense. 3 with 14 shots from GloryStone versus the 6 shots from Singapore A. There's a clear rotational superiority and shot accuracy that we can see in GloryStone's side. That I just wonder, can Singapore really make this series close? Remember, this is a best of 3. So GloryStone has gone up the series 1-0, and Singapore does not have really much opportunity to figure out. So I hope that they've used this game to figure out some of the rotational mistakes that they've made. Jal Naden also with that weird back pass. Probably an issue in comms. Lumi is not a regular for the aerial lunatic squad, so that also could be a factor into account. So let's see. We are about ready to get into our next match. which will be GloryStone versus Singapore match 2. Yeah, you can ask. Players will be joining in quickly. I'm hoping for Singapore to show a better defensive presence, being able to stop the GloryStone attacks from happening and cleaning up their overall, counter-attack play from their own half. This thing versus. Okay, Khandra. Taking out 2 players in the process, but Lumi is there to clear it away. Hageazi searching for Shaolan, who moves it to the side. Jarrell Nader there with the wall touch. Khandra searching for Shaolan, but Zinx is quickest to the ball. Jarrell Nader following it up, but Khandra moving to backboard. Zinx. Khandra to Hageazi, who clears the backboard. Jarrell and Lumi double committing for that, but Jarrell going across with the possession. Khandra moving down center, giving a shot opportunity to Lumi, but extremely weak touch from Lumi, not able to convert on that pressure. Jarrell finding himself in an awkward position, pops it up for Khandra, who sets it up for Hageazi. Crucial touch from Orange. Not really sure whether denied by the board or if a player was there to actually touch that. Lumi searching for Jarrell, but Hageazi is there to intercept Zinx, moving down to backboard. Jarrell popping it up. A lot of weird plays coming in the Orange defense. All 3 of them stuck on the backboard. None of them able to save that shot from Khandra. 122 kilometers per hour, probably due to one of the Orange peoples hitting that in, but that was really placed well. On the top, Lumi against Khandra. Lumi winning the kickoff, but Shaolan popping it up to backboard. Oh my god. Khandra with the shot opportunity, but Lumi is there to clear it away. Jarrell Nader finding Lumi. Blue have a lot of space. GloryStone seem to have a lot of space in their half to make the plays happen. Orange seem to be giving them a lot of space with the double commits also. Khandra moving with an air dribble down the side, a weird defensive misplay. Hageazi there to save him. Nice clear. Khandra following it up. Okay, a double commit from Orange. Lumi moving down to the side. Shaolan with a shot opportunity. Zinx there to contest that 50-50 with Khandra. Jarrell Nader not finding Lumi, but Lumi just manages to get a touch on that. Khandra popping it to the side, searching for Shaolan, but Lumi intercepts instead. Again, 3 of them in midfield line, none of them able to rotate back again to goal. Zinx awkwardly positioned in the backboard, can't make the touch happen. Khandra forces that ball, but Zinx manages to push it down the side. Shaolan moving to the corner, backboard. A lot of awkward play again from Orange. 1 goal just separating the 2 teams, but a clear lack of coordination from Orange makes me wonder if they can really come back from this 1 goal deficit. Jarrell pressurizing the ball, but Hageazi has the time. Hageazi and Khandra double committing Lumi, Zinx. Again double committing Zinx, trying to follow it up. Lumi searching for Jarrell. A very dangerous shot. Hageazi was fast as the ball. Shaolan just following it up. Jarrell did not expect that pass from Lumi. Was a bit slow to the ball. Hageazi just made the touch happen, and Shaolan had to slot that in with no one in goal from blue side, from Orange side. So we have Shaolan versus Jarrell. Okay, Lumi goes for the kickoff instead. Khandra popping it up for Hageazi, who slots it in midfield. Oh my god, crucial clear miss from this thing, as well as a missed shot opportunity from Blue. Lumi searching for Jarrell, who takes a shot. Jarrell with a weak touch. Zinx backflips. Shaolan moves it down to the side. Lumi again popping it for his team, but Khandra there to save GloryStone. Moving down to the side, picking a boost in the process. Only 1 to beat and pops it right above Zinx, and Zinx has not much space to move that ball. There was a bit of a misplay from Zinx. He thought he could have popped it higher onto the crossbar, but The ball was way too fast and it touched the wrong part of his car. 3 goals up. GloryStone seriously looked like the stronger team. And credits to them. I mean, they have been a recently acquired team from 1NE Esports, and it goes to show exactly what 1NE sees in this team. Zinx versus Kandra, but Kandra winning that. Going for the ceiling shot with 0 boost. Shalon trying a fancy play. Oh my god, nice pressure from Blue. Lumi out of boost. Shalon popping it up again for Hagiazi. Lumi a weak clear with lack of boost. Jaren and pushing it to the side, but no one there to follow. Hagiazi with a shot searches for Kandra. Oh, and Shalon pushes it down the side. Can Hagiazi? No. Kandra back passing to Hagiazi. 0 boost. He's trying to make the touch happen. Zinx. Oh my god. Both of them could not make the touch. Jarrell and Zinx in the same position, but none of them able to 50-50 well enough against Shaolin, and then it just slots in. I also can't blame Ping in this issue because Singapore team has a clear advantage being a Singapore server. The Japanese side seriously showing a lot of metal in their offense. And their overall rotation, Jared trying to slow stuff up, goes for a 360 flick, 180 flick rather, trying to make some different play happen. And it looks like with 4 seconds down, GloryStone comfortably take game 2 and thereby the entire series. The first game was 6-0, the second game was 4-0, really high scoring games, and I must admit I was not completely blown away by this result, but I did have some hope for Singapore 18 because it consists of stalwarts in Jarrell and Zinx. But yeah, they weren't able to even put in a single goal. And I wonder, so we'll be seeing GloryStone again in match 3 of the series. So would Malaysia A, which is the third match, will they be able to counter this extremely amazing offense from GloryStone? So I think we'll be moving quickly into our game 2 with probably a 2-minute timer. So sorry about that. I'm a bit alone right now in the casting thing. Wasn't able to get our usual casters, but I'm trying to make these Scrims happen so that people get the hype that Asian Nations Cup is going to be a lit thing with all these teams. GloryStone comprises of actually the Japanese roster. So I'll be putting a 2-minute timer now, and I'll be seeing you in the next game, which will be India versus Malaysia. See you soon.
You and me are bored of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible. Let's escape the gray and let the colors rain. Turn the shit we do and our words into pure reality. 'Cause you and me are meant to be what they don't see. Never feeling wrong 'cause we don't belong. And getting high in love, we're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back. We are back from the break, and with us now is Baiza. Hi Baiza, welcome to the stream.
Oh, thanks, mate. Pleasure to be here. I get a sense of nerves in your voice, Guacamole. Is that true?
Well, I'm casting with the legendary Baiza, so
Well, don't inflate my ego, man. It's already big enough as it is.
all right.
I'm good, man. It's coming up to 11 p.m. My time in the west
Yeah.
of Oz. So I figured I might just come in and do a series and then let you guys roll out. I don't know how many more you got to do tonight. Saw the first one. That was rather interesting. Japan is too strong in my own mind.
Way too strong.
Way too strong. I think there's still a big difference between Japan and the rest of the Asia. It's completely, and you can even count India in the bunch of that. Japan is the next level. You think about it. The teams potentially could be playing RLCS.
Yeah, they could potentially be playing RLCS. I mean, this entire Asian Nations Cup, I feel, is also geared towards spotlighting Japan and probably Malaysia A or Singapore A team, because Japan has been playing together for so long in the Asia Pro League and for all of eternity, for heaven's sake. So I can't figure out a way that we will be able to find another team from Asia that will actually be able to compete with them in this sort of format.
Well, you never know. It was sort of getting close in the THE Asia Pro League, but
It was, yes.
you could see a couple of games that sort of went down the favour of Japan and all Japan domination for a couple of weeks in a row as well. But as it got to the later stages, we saw a lot of the mainland Asia get close, and I feel, you know, with more tournaments and more leagues coming through involving not just the mainland Asia but India as well, and different parts of the region all to come together, it will start to improve and start to give Japan a challenge. And you know what? At the end of the day, they need stuff to keep themselves, and when I say stuff, tournaments and leagues, they need that to keep themselves growing. Otherwise, everyone catches them. So, you know, I think it's well supported at the moment, and there's a lot of buzz around it.
True. Yeah, something to note is, GloryStone is not Japan. The Japan roster is sort of like a mix of GloryStone. Yeah, so we did indeed see GloryStone. Probably we'll see a weaker roster in the Japan A team because it's a mixed roster. But coming up to the match at hand, so we have the Malaysian A team squad versus the India B team squad. So I believe the Malaysia and India are not in the same group. So this will be a scrim for a probable opportunity in playoffs. But we have Azri, Airo, and Misty on Malaysia, and then from India we should have Jeff for Fibo, and I'm not sure who's playing this time, but yeah, Jeff, Rahul, and Fibo, it seems like. Jeff, Rahul, and Chaos.
So no Chaos? Is Chaos there?
Yep, Chaos is here.
There you go. Sir. The admin and Chaos. So Misty, Azri, and Airo. Players that are sort of familiar with themselves and know how to play around each other. So it'll be interesting. Misty's probably the key player to watch. It could be hot or cold. If he's hot, then teams running will be running pretty well. But in saying that, Azri and Airo, or they can combine together and use the defense working out of the back line. They can really be hot going forward. So Malaysia, it's a pretty strong team in my eyes. You're going to have to talk about India. You need to tell me a little bit about Jeff, Fibo, and Case.
Yeah. So Jeff Fibo are quite known in the Indian scene for coming second to the current India A team that's being led by me. But in this team is actually I think a really good rotational team. Just they can be hot and cold, like you mentioned with Malaysia, and they really need to work on their comms. India has had several issues with comms, and I think they are working on it. And as we speak, the teams are joining it. So let's just get on with that. So will you take it off?
Yeah, why not? Let's get it going. And shout out to Jaron Aiden, absolutely trolling me in chat. I know I can't say it. Don't hang me on the noose. All right, so Malaysia A setting up on the Blues side as that ball just hangs out. Airo to bring that back in the middle. It's a pass back for Misty. On goal, there's the first.
Oh my God. While we were talking, there was just a breakdown in defense from Airo, finding the ceiling and finding Misty in the process, so just touches the top board.
It was interesting with the pass back off the backboard as well, down to the middle and played in. Defense was completely caught off, and it's a hard one to transition onto. This one's very quickly moving as well. Jeff able to get in the way to save that. Azri back down, this ball now collected. I get wrecked daily. Please. What a shot coming out from Chaos. They tie up the game.
You can call him Rahul for short. That's just his in-game nick right now.
Sorry, Rahul?
Rahul. 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 It's a bit tough.
Someone's going to have to write that out.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, Guacamole.
No
I'm sure my accent can be a little bit misunderstanding as well. That's all right. It's for... Go, my friend.
Yeah. Azri clearing it down to Airo, who moves it down to the side. Clearing it away. Rahul with the defensive mistouch, finding Jeff, who just gives away position back to Blue. Azri finding Misty, pops it up the middle, but Jeff has demolished one in Blue, so no one's there to follow it up. Rahul with the pressure. Jeff, mistouch, but faking one in Blue. Yeah, sorry.
This is interesting. So back in the midline, Jeff up, doesn't make the shot with the defense coming out to play his defensive line on the shot on. He completely misses, so it opens it up for the Mr. Admin himself to get himself into the position to score. And India take the lead, which is rather interesting. And just to put it out there, Guacamole, Rahul, can you just imagine, go to the Spanish casting for a minute and think about it. I think it'll go off.
Yeah, I'd agree as well. Do you want to try that out?
If he gets a goal, I'll definitely do it. Just for you guys.
Misty with the backboard clear, finding Azri in the possible, just giving away position back to Orange. Chaos with an open shot opportunity, but Misty able to clear it away. Following it up by Jeff, touching it, Misty.
Oh.
A lot of dangerous clears down the center. No one in Orange. Oh my god. That was a tactical play.
Yeah, it's good, Misty. He gets it on the bonnet here, but you get to see A-Row right there just targeting the defense rotation, cleans it out and gives an open goal, an easy one in the end to tie it up. Plenty of time in this game. Interesting start by both teams.
Indeed. Azri versus Chaos. Blue winning the kickoff. Double comment from Orange. Hope with the calm situation. Azri with the backboard clear. Rahul. Weak touchdown backboard. Misty clearing it away. Aero flopping at the ball. An opportunity for Orange, but they're not really able to convert onto this pressure.
Oh, Rahul. Oh, come on. I just want to see it on target. It's a nice cross coming down, Jeff. That will be a hard one to put down. It's Misty. Clears for the moment. A-Row. Missed touch. There's a lot of missed touches so far I've been seeing, especially from Jeff. Not to throw the name out there, but maybe it's deliberate. Who knows? It's halfway down. First game, best of 3 right now. Guacamole, who's going to strike next?
I really see Orange bringing in the pressure. I think Orange is going to seal this with the third goal. I'm hoping that they can. The blue on defense don't seem to be trusting each other, wasting boosts. But Azri has a shot opportunity, no one at goal. As I say that, the caster's curse.
Yeah, just gonna have a look. Looking at India's B, sets into the middle instead of down the line, which straight to Azri, and everyone was upfield, which is interesting. Means the rotation's out of sync, and one was staying forward for a pass up. Doesn't happen, and that's how you pay.
Show that. Rahul moving down to the corner, but Azri there to touch it. Making some awkward touches happen, but Rahul patiently waiting. Azri again with ball possession. Giving it away to Jeff, who's setting up his team, but Misty is there on the backboard to clear it away. Azri with the shot opportunity. Breakaway opportunity. Jeff clearing it away to the side. Chaos moving it down, giving it possession back to blue. Aero searching for Misty. Who's slow to the ball. Rahul. Okay, Azri was there to touch it. I still feel like the teams are like feeling each other out still, even though it's just like 1 minute left. All right, as I speak again.
I'm seeing a recurring issue with India's B team. I'm seeing a player upfield probably not necessarily need to be there. They've got to focus on making sure they have the defense set first, and with that player being upfield, you're going to commit that extra one off the back line to go to contests, which means, you know, once it goes over the top one more time, it's an easy ball into the goal and not much of a congestion. The 50-50s are not there either. There's a lot of whiffs. And saying that, they do pick the tightest of all credits right there and then.
You got to see this from Rahul's perspective. He fakes out with that backflip. However, how intentional that was, I can't say, but Chaos just slotting that in after that. Chaos versus Aero in the kickoff. Going towards blue, but Jeff there to follow. Misty centering for Azri, who has a shot but moves it down backboard. Jeff there with a bicycle touch. Awkwardly popped. Blue trying to find. There.
Oh, don't tell me he gets it. No! Wow!
So many awkward touches.
Oh, it was so televised though. Like you could tell that was happening. Jeff flies out of it. Chaos is not in the right place in the end, wrapping around on that, and they all had no boost left over. So if you just played defensive and cleared down the middle, would have had a goal.
Indeed. India not really making my prediction come true, but it's okay. Let's see.
Oh, good touch.
Oh, damn.
That's cheeky, very cheeky. It slings across the front here, and just gets a touch over everyone who goes up. You got triple commit, double commit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rahul, well, he's too late to the party.
Indeed.
Sounds like something that's a common trend, hey?
Hey. I'm just a bit puzzled with India's rotation right now. It does not look like they are searching for each other. Rahul leaving it for Chaos, who gives it back down to Azri. Misty. Jeff for the quick contest. Azri and Aero both up. Azri. Okay, they are now taking it a bit easy with 3 goals up and just 10 seconds down. I think it's a seal deal for Malaysia A team.
Without a doubt, it certainly is. And one thing I've noted about this first game, even though it's a fill-out process and scrims right now, there's a lot of commitments coming down without, almost slamming it down off the top, but too much of a direction down onto the floor before it goes into the back of net. But it's interesting, Guacamole, because I saw both of the teams committing quite a lot, but not actually hitting the ball. And when game starts to pick up, when it's serious and for points, you'll definitely be going after those hits, and you'll be looking for redirections or to make 50-50s. There was a lack of 50-50s with both of these teams, and I probably would say India's rotation at the start let them down a little, and as well as the second efforts in approaching. Defensive side for Malaysia A also let them down. That's why the goals went in for India. You know, there was a sort of a clearance there or a turn that should have been made, and it wasn't, and India got a nice goal from that. So bits and pieces for both the teams to work on. We'll see what happens in the second game.
Yep, I do agree. I saw a lot of a bit of ping pong action, not really searching out for each other, as you mentioned, not enough redirects, quality 50-50s, and just poor defensive work and rotation costing India the game this time.
Okay. Chat is savage for you, Guacamole. Savage at you moment. Yeah.
Okay, problem.
Chat, leave him alone. Leave the man alone. He's doing a good thing.
Yeah. It's my nemesis from the Indian community, Shashank.
You know what we do, man? We get you a nice microphone. We put you on stream. You make your voice stand out, and all of a sudden, Guacamole's hot. Like it should be. Game number 2, Guacamole. Take us away, man.
Yeah, Aero popping it twice and then backflipping, setting it up orange, but Rahul not really able to follow that up. Chaos with the awkward touch to the corner, but Jeff not there to follow. Chaos moving down to the side, giving a possession to Misty with a nice clear down center. Rahul dangerously moving it across the defensive back. A lot of they convert onto this opportunity and then give it away. With a clear down the center, just giving away possession altogether.
This one wide for now as Misty. Into middle defense is Jeff. And Rahul, well, interesting touch to him. He's yet to really fill out and get into the game as it sets back in the middle. A lot of pressure being set by Malaysia. Just need to have a look at the boost levels. Everyone is out, and that one over the top. Azri with the first.
Yeah, Jeff awkwardly touching Chaos, backflipping, giving possession back to Azri, who gets a lot of power behind that ball, and Rahul is just not in the position to make that save.
You saw for the last 30 seconds in that period of the opening minute, it was just a lot of pressure that was set in the side, a lot of boost as well taken away from India B, so they just couldn't get out defensively, and just cost them a little bit there. I have to see an improvement from Rahul in this game, though.
Indeed. Rahul centering it awkwardly, but Azri is there to follow it up. Finds Aero, pops it up. Jeff there with the defensive clear. Misty pressurizing it again. Chaos with a nice touch. But Aero there to follow it up. Takes out one, gets the 50-50. Rahul moving it to the side. A lot of ping pong action, and Aero just Oh, those calculated back pass.
Oh. So there's a lot of defense happening for India B. They're yet to really get out and have a convincing attack as well. I saw Chaos hit Rahul out of the way, sort of in defensive positioning. So the rotations, again, it's a little issue. I'm just going to ask, does the team have much time to actually practice together?
Well, not really. At least as compared to the other Asia Pro League teams, not as much. They are all students, and yeah, they get about probably an hour and a half, and they just end up queuing Europe alone. So they don't play together as a team quite often.
Well, coming down the halfway mark, second game, Malaysia held to 1 goal so far, so it's a better effort here from India. But again, like I said, just pegged in the defense and holding up. This one coming down into the box. Jeff to clear side. Misty puts that one on target, and it's not going to be cleared off the backboard. One that should have been made from India, so it brings in the second goal for Malaysia.
Yeah, Rahul just cannot read this ball properly. He starts off incorrect and just gives away that goal. It just goes all the way to the far corner.
It's not easy as the boys head back into the middle. It's wide for now. Played into the middle. Azri was shot the 1-2. No connection for Misty on that point. Aero should just be able to dribble this around. Nice little touch there from Chaos coming through and stopping that one from going in.
Aero searching for Azri in the process, but Azri not able to finish that off. Aero pressurizing the ball. Uses the ball as boost in that center, but no one's there to follow it up. Chaos flicking it, but still there's someone from blue to follow that up. Two people pulled out from orange. No one in goal. Misty.
I tell you that it wasn't planned. None of that was planned from Misty. All he looked to do is get there in a nick of time and see what would happen. He demos out one, resets. The ball comes into his lap by his teammate, pinching into the wall, and in the back of it goes everyone absolutely losing their knickers in a twist or down by the pants, either one. They were completely caught out on that point.
Yeah, so 3 goals and 1 minute 30 seconds. It seems like India really needs to change up their game plan. Stop giving away possession, start finding each other.
Yeah, a minute and a half and coming down as this is the best of 3. You got to make the changes now, and you need to be effective with them.
Yeah, and I seriously doubt if that's going to happen. Jeff, the shot, moving down to backboard, but yeah, okay, they seem to have it against me. They want to disprove me, so cool. That's good. Jeff with that really nice setup for Chaos, who just that got to the ball.
Don't count them out yet, Guacamole. I think you'd be surprised some teams in the way they work. You get one, they get many, and the floodgates open. Next thing you know, it's tied up.
Right. If Malaysia keeps on with their possession game, they tend to do that. They tend to do the back passes, maintain the possession. Then India really needs to make those short opportunities count. Okay. A triple commit. No one's there in goal, but a weak touch leads blue to really recover quickly. Central opportunity. A double cover from blue, but still the ball is pressured. Jeff moving down to the side. Azri with the backboard. Okay. Rahul with it.
A good touch out.
Right.
So it's rather interesting in the last 30 seconds as Azri sends his downfield arrow already waiting for. He doesn't connect. Azri will go again. Hard ball to turn inside. They do look to try and go to the corner, which should be a reset here, an Indian advantage if they can take it. Jeff downfield will make it happen, but it's arrow that stops this one 50-50 back in his lap. Looks to carry it down the dribble out left. Don't tell me he does something amazing from this point. No, he loses his footing right at the end. Azri will get the bouncing ball. That won't stay up. So coming down will be Malaysia A with 2 games in a row. And India struggling to get on the scoreboard, hemmed in defence.
Yeah, so Malaysia takes this 2 games and the entire series as well. They seem to have a really good game plan, maintaining possession, counting on also 10 shot opportunities from Malaysia against the 2 opportunities from India. So an overall amazing possession and capitalization of opportunity. Good play. bit of misplay also from India. I see a lot of bad touches, bad reads as well in defense, which just goes to show against the shots versus the saves against India.
I think, if I was India on this point, I'd be recording all these games and just seeing where you went wrong. There was a couple issues for Rahul. Obviously, I'm naming names here, but everyone has to improve. I'm not saying you're super bad. It is an average performance coming out, and defensively, Rahul made a few mistakes that he can rectify for his team, strengthen up the defence, and going into the next couple big matches for their team, start to be a pillar of defence, and that's what you've got to aim for. So, good thing from the first game to the second game is they reduced the goals in half, so that was something that was a positive, and they started to work a lot better, but they were sort of forced on more defence. Malaysia started taking boost away from the midline, so they weren't able to get out. And when they did, they didn't have a player set up forward, nor did they have the opportunity to sort of bring a cross back in. There was a lot of play that went down the side, hit the backboard. They had two players from Malaysia ready to dig that out off the backboard and down the field for an attack. They also had a player forward. Now, in contrast to the first and second game for India B, India puts a player forward for, I would say, about 60% of the game in the first game. Mm-hmm. For that, 6 goals went in because the defensive rotation wasn't set. This game, they took that completely away. They changed it up and they played more defensive, and they just had a lack of scoring opportunities going forward with the pressure that came on from Malaysia. So a little bit of changing things up for them is a good thing, but they also need to make sure that the first thing they've got to work on is defence. And when they're in a good position where they can back the defenders to actually clear or make a good a ball that hits past the halfway line, then you can send one forward and make a real attack. And that's where the attack comes from. A strong defence equals a brilliant attack going forward.
I agree. A bit of mistouches also in defense. They need to even clean up whatever defense are there. And going forward, I wonder, did you notice anything like lacking from Malaysia's offense? Because now they are up against GloryStone. And I doubt we'd see the same kind of story here.
Malaysia going forward, there was still a lot of work heading onto the backboard, and second, third efforts as well, bringing it in. There was a lot of dribbles that we did see as well. Thing about coming up against Japanese teams, you can't dribble. You can't dribble a Japanese team. They were pretty much 50-50 the whole time. So the game style changes, especially with Japanese. You end up playing in the air, and if anything goes to it, with the supersonic speed, you'll see demos through the air and see a lot of change up. What teams need to realise is, as the faster they get, the quicker, more opportunity they'll get to do the rotation and go forward and actually take a key defender out on a rotation out. And that's what you'll start to see from GloryStone and Rule the Sky and all these Japanese teams. They focus on cleaning out the defensive, so they have only 2 on the line instead of 3, and use the backboard to pull one out. And then it's essentially a 2v1 on the rotation. So it's interesting how this works. What I saw from Malaysia is, against India, they were always one step ahead. They always had a player set up in a position where that ball was going to drop. If it didn't drop there, they had one that was going to move to the position where it would go. And that's what I was seeing in the last 30 seconds. When it comes to a Japanese team, they're not going to have that. It's going to be very reactional.
Yeah, it's going to be very reactional. They're also going to find a lack of boost, as they won't have that space, that boost to work with as they had in this previous. So shall we go for like a 2-minute break? Would you be joining us for the third series?
Yeah, I might as well. Okay. That was quick. 2-minute break, and we'll go into the next one. Why not?
Yeah.
I often take a
You and me are bored of regularities, living all the can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high in love. We're invincible. Trust in me. We're invincible. Don't you see? We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. Let's escape the gray and let the colors rain. Turn the shit we do and our words into pure reality. 'Cause you and me are meant to be what they don't see. Never feeling wrong 'cause we don't belong. And getting high in love. We're invincible. Trust in me. We're invincible. Don't you see? We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible.
And continue to send a trend and plays a really good rock leg. A lot of people are aspiring. The addition that I saw before of Huggy Outside coming over from Tom Chan, I think he was Mr. Consistent in Tom Chan's lineup. that I saw, and he was continuing to improve as well. So development on Hagiatse's front is really is a benefit and a plus, and one NE. It's a good organisation to be playing with. Malaysia A that we saw before, that was Misty, Azri, and Aero. Again, it's sort of defensive, a couple little errors, but this game you expect them to hit their shots, move a hell lot quicker than they did when they versed India, and be probably handed the defence line.
Yeah, and we have our players joining in. So let's get right into it. Misty also part of 1NE, so probably he knows how this GS squad has played before, also from the Asia Pro League.
Okay, well, we're live for the first game here. Best of 3. This is the Asia Nation Cup show matches. Malaysia taking on what you would say, was it Japan? No. Singapore. It's Singapore. Why is it Japan? Why have I been saying Japan the whole time? There's Singapore, yeah?
Yeah, the current game is the Japanese roster, but yeah, Malaysia took on India, and the Japanese roster took on Singapore. Currently, it's
I'm so confused. Anyways, doesn't matter. I knew they were Japanese. I'll get that right. Well, it's the first goal for GloryStone starting at that one. Cleared defensively by Aero. Now set up. This will be a hard touch for Yui. So Hagiatse subbed out. Yui in. So the main lineup for GloryStone as they continue to put this pressure on. You can tell how quick they're moving right now. Yui off the backboard, soft touch for Shalon. No one's. Oh, in fact, I was going to say no one was home, but Misty gets there in a negative time, saves that one.
Yeah, Misty manning the Batmobile, different car from the previous game, and he's managing to make those touches happen. Blue really finding the lack of boost affecting their defense. Managing to clear it away. He's still putting on the pressure for Orange. Shalon, can he follow that through? No, he can't. Yu misses that clear. Misty with an opportunity.
Hello? What? Who? At what point do we see a Japanese player stand still? Kanra, just with the full turn there, had pretty much lost a lot of boost in the process, and that ball just ribbled past him. Totally didn't make any sense to me, but they got the tyre, so Malaysia in with a goal, and that's what we wanted to see from them.
Indeed. Malaysia still with the pressure. Ball in orange off in the corner, but Yuhi with an opportunity broken down by Misty. Going for the 50-50, but none of them touched the ball.
Good 50-50.
Both of them trying to read each other, but none of them touching the ball.
It's all mind game, guacamole. I'll go 50-50. You go, but we'll miss the ball and hit each other instead.
Aero popping it for Shaolin, who just gives away position back to blue. Shaolin popping it for no one. Kanra. Lack of boost, defensive rotation back. Yuhi. Oh.
Yeah.
They just bring out all those defenders with those backboard players.
Yeah, well, look, that's what they're known for. They always go backboard. You're high up, get the power down. You know, it catches defense rotation off of you, move it quickly. But the drop there was savage. And Shalon, well, he's always in the right place. He was one of him and Kunra, the highest scorers in the Asia Pro League. And they're both consistently at the top. So you expect them to be in those hot spots positions scoring all the time.
Right. Yui putting on the pressure, touching the backboard. Okay, an awkward touch from Aero. Missy not having enough boost, but still making that touch happen. Good contest from Aero, winning that 50-50 in midfield. But Kanra finding Shalon, who goes again for the backward play.
Oh
Man.
I just got to check this out because this touch is a little bit savage. He pumps his own teammate out and off the side. Asri, well, he's just trying to turn the card a little too much. Commits coming out, so he's out of place with his flip. And, well, it really shouldn't have been scored on if it was met properly with the 50-50. Aero, again, if he got up a little bit earlier or read that better, would have had a clearance off to the side. Anyways, halfway down, 2-goal differential.
Yeah, Azri setting it up for Aero gives away a weird backboard touch. Misty trying to follow it up, finding Azri in the process, but an awkward flip, giving away a position to Kanra. Kanra and Shaolin up for that. Yui moving to the side, saving his team in the process.
I mean, there was a little bit ambitious there from those two. I mean, they're getting a little bit excited too early.
Yeah, they're bringing out the Japanese three-headed dragon. I mean, that aerial goal that we saw, like that Japan is really famous for. But as we speak, a really nice counter-attack from Blue. All three members, Misty finding Azri dropping it down for Misty again, and it just slots it down. There's no one Orange in defense.
And which is quite interesting because you would usually see Yui back in the rotation along with Conra. So interesting they got exposed, but Misty's good for that. It's one thing you need to watch out about. Misty's one of those players that is really good going forward and can score open goals when defense is not in the best position. So good to bring it back, but they need to score a couple more goals here, at least get in front. A tied game is still, I would say, a GloryStone game.
Yeah, Azri setting it up from Iro, who moves it down the side. Iro stealing boost, setting it up for Misty, who misses that shot. He's also stealing boost. Orange trying to clear it away from their half. A nice setup from Azri to Iro, who goes for the backboard play, but Misty not really fast enough to the ball.
Oh,
He just gave away that possession too quickly.
I wasn't a fan of the attack, but the ball was so close to the backboard far side of goal. To send one forward that and risky rotation, really risky, but at the end of the day, they didn't get made to pay for it, so got away with one, I think, on that point. And under 50 seconds remaining, still 1 goal difference, GloryStone in the lead.
They're just playing a bit of defense right now, trying to make those opportunities happen. Yui setting up for Shaolon, but Misty there to touch it before. A really huge opportunity, but Aero missed. Okay, nearly, just nearly.
Well, this is interesting. So, Aero's up, and defense again caught out, and this is something not in these sort of the characteristics of what GloryStone do. They usually have a rotation back, but they've said this is twice. You've said it. You said it yourself, and I'm saying it here. So they're being super aggressive with their 3-line prong, but just not paying respect to a quick return out the back. And I think that's what Malaysia has advantages right now. They could get this game.
Yeah, they do need to fix their rotation, or at least ensure that the defensive part, it's like they get time to recover. Well, as I speak, Shaolon with a really nice contest in midfield, but no one able to use that opportunity. Waiting for the counter to come down. We have a game 1 overtime.
Overtime, the call. Conrad to the middle, wins it forward over Misty. Flat Batmobile's not going to have much of a hitbox to stop one going over. This one pops shell on backboard, famous for it, but they drop it down just outside the side box. That'll be set up Shalom committing a little too much there. I think it's boosting issue, so he heads out to regather the rotation back, and risky at the moment. Conrad drops on the 100. Looks for the 50-50, not able to get it done. That one, that's a tight angle. It's going in though. What a save coming through from A-Road just to clear that one through, but that was dangerous.
Yes, Conrad actually taking out one of the blue defenders in process, but that ball hitting the crossbar and denying Orange the shot opportunity. 0 boost, Conrad with a tight angle, but 2 in defense to save it. Ido, contested by Orange. A shot opportunity.
Oh, no.
Not like this.
Yeah, that's what's said about this overtime period. So the pressure was on here. You can see all 3 coming out of that pocket and sort of being real cautious of how much boost they want to use, and it just got caught off there. Needed to clear, couldn't get it done, and then being in the right position, the right time, Shalom, like always, with that goal in the end, they take the win.
Yeah, I do notice that Aero seems to be doing this weird sort of arrow, so a consistent touch. I don't see that. So even the third equalizing goal that we saw, it was a bit of a wishy-washy kind of goal. But right now also in defense, he had the space, just ended up arrowing too much, and it hit the underside of his car, giving away position and shot opportunity to GloryStone.
Okay, I came for the next one. This actually is quite close. From what I was sort of expecting, but interesting. It was Huggy, I'd say, before. They sort of had an all-round defense, and this time they bring in Yui, and defenses. Yui's playing really aggressive and not playing back, but it's also up to Shalom and Conrad to do the same thing. So rotation issue for GS, but scoring power alone is enough to justify them having 3 up. And it's sort of, it's like a double-edged sword, Guacamole. You can win a lot of games by having an extra player up, but also you can risk you can risk so many more by having that 3 up and the ball's going over the top. So one thing Misty did really well was just open up the midfield, get that ball quickly down the line along with his teammates helping him out, and were able to score goals retrospectively because of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. They're still sticking with UE for this. They're trying to work out this rotation that they are trying out. And yeah, we have game 2 right now live. The last series against Malaysia versus one any GloryStone.
Ball's popped down at the moment. I was going to say that would have been awkward. Misty.
No one's
chance.
back in defense.
That an interesting bring down and a shot on. It's wide though. You either touch over to the top. Defense will clear. That's not the best of us. It's picked back up by Shalom looking for the angle again. Misty now working down the field. This game's actually started quite quickly, Guacamole, and the players sort of all over the place. Some mistakes going to happen, and well, that was super close, just edged out.
Yeah, the ball spending an awful lot of time in blue half in the first 40 seconds. Blue going to find a real lack in boost.
Run away with this one.
If they can convert on this, it'll be really sad. Aero trying to set up, but Orange back in defense. Shala making that clear happen. Giving away position to Aero. UE searching for Shala. Makes a pop up. Going for the center. And they're moving it to the side. No one touching that ball. Aero backflipping. The defensive rotation from Blue. Yeah, managing to clear that ball down. Dangerously popped up in center for Blue. Missy not able to make that in time. Shalom with the clear. Oh, very awkward.
I just had to pull back to the moment of that rebound play coming out. If you are not, this is sort of a tip that happens for the guys out in the games. If you don't put a ball down the field that's on target, don't rush it off the corner. Take your time to bring it back inside. Allow that rotation to come back. It's going to happen if you don't play it straight, right, or off the backboard. So inevitably, they're going to be back there. So play it into your advantage. When you slow the ball down, you can control it and bring your teammates into it. That being said, we're down to the 3-minute mark, and no score yet.
No score yet. Conrad clearing it down the side, but Aero there to awkwardly touch it, finding Azri in the process. Aero centering it. Oh!
How did not go in?
Twice
Hello?
hitting the woodwork. Oh man, a lot of awkward plays, a lot of shot opportunities meeting the woodwork. Aero. Yeah, sorry, continue.
It's Kanra that clears. Misty puts it back down to the nose. And Zazri slows off the wall, so does capture one of the GloryStone players off sync there. Coming through for the move. Misty again, the drop down, not able to get the second touch. Kanra, low burst. He won't do much more from this point. It's Yui that looks to carry 18, the pop. Now the play over the top. No one's flying with it. Misty, well, it's a risky maneuver to go. Pinch that hits the backboard. And Kanra, some damage to be done if he can set himself right. And this time it's not a play that sort of works for him. And to be honest, GloryStone yet to really look convincing going forward.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a bit of different style of play. They're opting for 1v1 dribbles over their conventional freeze rotational skill. So they're not looking for each other as much as they used to be, at least from the first game that we saw. Wow. Shala giving a position to Blue down the side. Popped up for Azri, who touches it down the side. Dangerously in the center, but Yuki there to follow through. Sorry. Aero.
Oh,
Nice
that's a
backboard,
brilliant dig. Oh. Look, there's a couple of things that get me sort of getting the bizagasm, and when you clear off the backboard like with a big scoop like that, that's one of them. I love them.
Alright. Bizagasm.
It just shows a lot of skill to do it. I'll just be honest, Guacamole, like, they're not easy to execute.
Yeah, I
at
agree.
all. So
I've tried several training packs and I still cannot do them consistently.
The last 35 seconds here, 0 at the moment. GloryStone picking this one up. Yui turns it inside. That should go past one. Misty does enough. They clean out the line. Aero realizes he's in a no man's land, has to play back. At the moment, Misty working his downfield. A chance here for Malaysia if they want to score. Conrad forced up. The ball not in the best position to clear. It's missed. Aero now backboard. Hard for Aziri. Or should I say Azri? It's absolutely crazy right now. 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, neither of teams looking way too convincing on taking this game. They are just flopping at the ball a bit, trying their 1v1 skills. Ball's not down yet, Misty, and the ball's finally down. We have a game 2 overtime as well.
I'd like to see this go in the favour of Malaysia. I think they played brilliantly to hold GloryStone tied up. Oh, not even tied up, hold them scoreless in this point. So if they can get themselves in a good position, they certainly can score. At the moment, defence being tested here.
Yeah. Aero moving to the side, Misty missing that ball. 2 from Orange, but they're not able to convert on this. Nice 50-50 from Conra. He's going for the boost grab instead. Gets punished by Misty. You don't get my boost. Oh man, a nice pinch down the center. Azri with an awkward.
Oh my goodness. Good, a crucial 50-50 off the backboard there. Had to do it. 2 players upfield. He was the last one left, and he makes it happen here.
Yeah. Again, on the open net opportunity, but he just swings that wide. Orange really is showing lack of accuracy at this moment. Not confident in their touches, a bit of double commits as well. Blue is taking it all off.
Conrad's played us off the wall, looking for a swing down. No, didn't have the roof touch, so no Tarzan sling. It's backboard, met first by Aero. Nice clearance downfield. Misty picks it up, just strikes on goal. But it's a save by Conrad, holds it. Now they move it back here. It's GloryStone looking for an attack, and you can see Malaysia sort of frantic, panicking around a little bit. It opens up. This one's lining up for goal, and Asprey. Oh, what a save.
Yeah, but the attack is still not over. Shalvar missing that touch and giving away the opportunity back to Blue. Misty faking one. Shalvar that to save. Moving down to the side. Aero popping down middle. Kangra with ample time to move down to the side, but Aero's that to intercept. Yuhi. Shot downfield, Misty moving to the side. Yuhi with some time. A double commit. 3 of them awkwardly on the backboard. Misty trying to make that touch happen. Okay. Shalom popping up from nice touch by Aero. Crucial touch. Misty with a shot opportunity. Goes for backboard. Azri not able to follow that up.
Yeah, this is good, fast gameplay at the moment as we hit halfway in overtime for at least the first series. There's got to be scored though. It's Yui that comes in, gets the side touch, left-hand side, makes it happen. And, well, I wanted to just go to a third. Oh.
Sad. It was a good counter-attack, actually. Misty and Azri both stuck in orange net, and as they're trying to retreat, Kandra and Shah making those plays happen. That was a bit of a weird first 5 minutes, but the overtime, the last part of the last 1 minute of the overtime, suddenly picked up in pace, and then we saw a different GloryStone come into play.
7 minutes and 33 seconds worth of gameplay, no score.
Right.
Interesting that it just started to really heat up in the last sort of 4 minutes of gameplay. So the last minute of gameplay plus the overtime period, it really got tight. And we've seen a lot of backboard usage. But the real key that you see from here, and this is where Malaysia adjusted their game compared to what we saw with India. India weren't putting the consistent tack on the backboard, more so just probably clearing. So they were able to gather an easy ball through the air. This time, they've had to adjust the model to actually play the backboard and clear. And that's where the pressure comes from GloryStone. If they don't clear it properly, GloryStone then put their strikers into motion. And I think just having a look at that last goal again on Twitch of the replay, it was a clearance that came down into the hot spot and then taken away. So just it's errors, it's pressure. It's something about GloryStone that everyone needs to realise is they are very good at putting pressure on their opponents. They're not necessarily going to be the best scoring goal scorers, playing upper 90s or faking or dribbling or whatever. They put consistent pressure on the defense over a period of time that causes mistakes. And don't get me wrong, that's a good game model to play at, but it just means very close games throughout series.
Indeed. And okay, did I just disconnect? Okay. One thing that I do want to note is GloryStone seem to have it easier in game, like the first series that they played against Singapore. And this makes me think: is it because of their switch to Yuhi in this series? Probably they're just trying out. It's a different game style altogether with Yuhi in the play. Probably, or is it just Malaysia and Singapore playing different kinds of game styles?
It's different. It's a factor of both, really. Like, you got different game styles that comes from playing different teams. They still got different ways of playing. Whether they play off the wall, they use the backboard to clear quite a bit, or they sort of work on the passing play game and in a retrospect dribble. Like when you play Jarrell Naden, it's a dribble game. You have to adjust to him. His teammates are going to play defensive. They're also going to pass. Where Jarrell, if he gets a moment where the ball actually falls into his lap, he will make you think twice about where you're going to position yourself. And that's their gameplay when they play. And if they work around Jarrell, then it becomes a really interesting gameplay. It's not the best out there, but it gets wins on that retrospect. So everyone's got different gameplays. You look at GloryStone, it's pressure game from them. They just want to put lots of pressure on. When you change it up with Vui and Hagiatse was very consistent 50-50 and a player that would work more so the setups in terms of setting goals up. He's not the one that would usually score for his team. And it's the same with Yui, but Yui's more defensive. Hagiatse would get up the field and set more up, where Yui is more on the rotation defensively. So they slightly change, but it doesn't put their team play out. They still do the same things as they do with Kunra and Shalon working up the field and continue to use that backboard and pressure.
Indeed. So, yeah, thanks a lot, Baiza, for joining us for these last two series. A lot of perspective, at least from the Malaysian side, as well as the GloryStone side that you bring in. And also, if you guys don't know, Baiza will be actually, I believe, you'll be involved in the casting scene for the 1NE tournament.
Yes. I'll be doing both of the weekend nights, days, whatever time it all starts. But I'm yet to get a finalised time and dates at the moment. But yes, I'll definitely be jumping in and calling it again. It's quite exciting to see the teams actually form up in terms of countries and represent the regions. So it gets. I like the model because it gets the region involved. I'd like to see if there's a Thailand team. Mr. Tasty T. Tasty T, put a Thailand team together, mate. I want to see what comes out of Thailand.
That is a Thailand team. There's a Taiwan team also. So a lot of unheard of, at least to me, from regularly playing in the Asia servers, I don't know who's from which country. So now at least people now know, and they have a reason to support a team. It's good. It brings in a lot of small regions together and pits all of them together in the sort of friendly sort of. It's interesting. It's a really nice concept brought in by Tasty, and I'm glad to hear that you're also involved in this. So
awesome.
Thanks a lot for joining in, and I guess that will be it for this edition of our pre-Asian Nations Cup show matches presented by Rocket League India. And that's me, Guacamole, and Baiza signing off from stream. Thanks a lot, guys.